All right, y'all. So we about to sit here and discuss Ice Cube for a minute. So I'm sick of this, yo. Like Ice Cube is sad. It's really sad. Like we all know Ice Cube. Ice Cube been an activist as long as he been a rapper, as long as he been an actor, writer, producer. He is a high earning, high status black man in the black community. Yeah, did he go the stereotypical route to get there? Yes. But we know Ice Cube outside of his stuff. We know that Ice Cube's been married to his wife for like what 30 plus years now. All his kids by the same woman. They still married. The kids got a nice home. He love his kids. He take care of his kids. Right. What most black women say they want to see in the black community, Ice Cube fits that status. And he still can't get no damn respect. I don't know if anybody remembers, but if you do, we're going to discuss this for a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of a discussion leading into what we're going to. But, like, do y'all remember that contract with Black America he did back in 2020, 2019, 2020, around that time? And he was talking about, like, look, I wanted to sit down with the Democrats and I want to sit down with the Republicans. He reached out to both, right? Biden said, wait till after the election. Trump said, or whoever was on Trump's administration at the time was like, look, let's sit down and rap with it. According to him, they was like, listen, we'll have a conversation right now. As a matter of fact, we like your ideas. Can we use some of them? If that is true, what does that tell you about the Biden Harris campaign in 2020? Something to think about. But like, it's crazy because I remember when Q first was getting on the internet about it. Like, yeah, I got this contract with Black America, and this is a good platinum plan. That's just ironic that I use that. There's a coincidence, but it's a platinum plan type thing that he has situated where it was going to benefit black people. Basically, like, yo, what's in it for us? What's in it for the black community? And this is what we need. There's some things we don't have. We should get this, especially if you're asking for our vote or like there's this issue in America towards black people. And the Democrats told him to wait, but the Republicans was willing to have the conversation. It's wild, man. I mean, if that is true, if what Cube is saying is true, that's something we really got to think about. The other problem I have is like, do y'all remember around that same time he showed up on what was it like Fox Soul News or something like that? It was like Claudia Jordan and Vivica Fox, insufferable ass, and Lisa Ray, and I can never remember the other woman. Oh wait, it's Selena Johnson. So it's those four women. He goes on there. It's about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes long interview with them and Cube, asking them about the contract with Black America. And the first thing I'm thinking of is like, yo, did they set up Cube? Because they was real hostile from the jump. And it's just like they was grilling him saying like, oh, he support Trump and this, that, and the third. And he was like, yo, that's not even true. He said, I had a conversation with one of them and I didn't have a conversation with the other. And basically it was no matter who it was, we was going to have this conversation regardless to get to the bottom of the problem. I will say Lisa Ray actually seemed like she was trying to listen at first. But then by the end, I wanted to pull my hair out because they're talking about reading the contract of Black America. It's a great contract. And they're just like, oh, yeah, there's nothing in here about black women. Cube was like, what you talking about? Like, you are mentioned. You're Black America. You're mentioned in the thing. And they're saying there's nothing in here specifically for us. And he's like, so black women are not a part of Black America? Y'all not black people? And basically they was like, no. Basically. And I was like, what? So then you got Cube on the one side, like, okay, fine. Y'all want the black and woman section? I'll write it up. What do y'all want in there? And they was just like, well, we're not talking to them. You are, so you write it in. He was like, fine, I'll write it. But what do y'all want in there? And they just couldn't answer the damn question. And I'm like, yeah, I get the problem. Now, like what Cube went through is what I think 90% of black men have dealt with for a very long time. And it's just like he even said, like, yo, like here we are right now. Y'all just want to talk, y'all don't want to help. But when I ask y'all for help, y'all don't want to help me. So that's the problem. And I said, that's exactly the problem. The complaints, the constant berating, but when we ask to finally try to put a solution together, it's like hell no. And it's like I'm pixelated. It's so pixelated. It's like, do you want shit to get better for black people, or or is that just something you say on the internet to get popular? You know what I'm saying? And Cube seemed like he genuinely wanted to make this happen. So what, like, how did we get to this point, yo? Where we can't even conversate? And I'm looking at it like, man, if Cube can't get no damn respect, like Ice Cube put many black people on, put out some strong music. He's been advocating for black people for years. Raised kids, kids are good. Love his wife, still married to his wife. He can't get no love. And it's just like he mentioned some real beneficial stuff. Now, as far as I'm concerned, people been saying stuff about Cube recently. He's like, y'all wrong. Transforming into that, they just like, yo, he supported Trump. He a MAGA supporter. He was like, y'all wrong about me tenfold, man. And it's killing me. This Ice Cube situation is a reflection of like a lot of stuff I've been saying recently on my channel. What black men have to deal with is crazy. It's like on one stretch, it's like black men aren't doing enough. Then on the stretch of when we are trying to do something, it's like, nigga, no, you can't do that. And it's like, well, what can we do? And honestly, it's starting to sound like it's just make the money, pay the bills, dick me down good, and die. That John Henryism crap. And it's just like it's a zeitgeist of behavior across the entire community at this point. And it's like, what in blue hell do we do to get out of this animalistic mindset? And it just doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Excuse me. It just don't seem like it's gonna happen. And I'm not trying to be like a contrarian or like a negative Nancy or nothing like that. But it's like, damn, like we're watching people like Cube get disrespected on like for trying to actually put in something. Because what are the other so-called leaders of the community doing? What is Cardi B and them doing? What's Beyonce doing? What's Jay-Z doing? None of them are doing nothing. But Cube shows up and actually tries to put something in play, and they burn him. Damn, this weather. Excuse me. But it's like nail him to the cross and burn him for being black and real. That's basically what it is. Rhapsody said that in her song this year on her new album. And it's like that is like one of the realest verses I've heard in so long, because it's like this is what happens when you're a black man and you keep it real, or you a black man and you try to move differently, or this, that, and the third. They burn you. It's like, how are you supposed to come into the community and try to put the community together that everyone says they want put together, and every time you try to build something, they try to break it down as you're putting it together? I didn't even get a chance to make the foundation strong. You just burnt it. Man, I feel so bad for Cube right now. I felt bad for Cube back in 2020. I feel bad for Cube now because it just doesn't add up. Cube is a rapper. That's their favorite person when somebody's a rapper, but he's too real. And when somebody's too real, nobody wants to hear it. Like, it's irritating, man. Like Cube, like if he went up there and just said we're victims and they just keep beating us, he wouldn't have a problem. But the fact that he's actually trying to put a plan together to get some growth in the community, to get some cleanliness, because we kind of need that too. Like the fact that he's trying to get a bunch of these things together proves my point of just no matter what black men do, we are wrong. And it's like we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And it's like brothers just can't win for losing. We can't win for losing. I'm like, if we had just more common sense, like if we made critical thinking popular, I honestly think the black community could improve and heal even a little bit, even if it's just 20%. All we really need is 20% of black people to like be on a healing type time so we can kind of try and mold it back together. But it seems like every time we get 2 steps up, something knocks us back 5 more steps. We knock each other back another 5 steps on top of the other thing. It's like we got to get on code or something. We got to get a code like Asian people or something because we just look crazy out here. And is driving me crazy, like crazy on the strength of what's going on. And you try to have that hope, but like, damn, man, like, what are we supposed to do? We can't win for losing. Like I said earlier, we can't win for losing. And I'm trying to get brothers to understand this, like trying to get sisters to understand this is just trying to say, like, look, if we just kind of like start regulating our emotions more, if we started really critically thinking, if we started listening to the people who aren't trying to stroke our egos, we might have a shot. But unfortunately, Cube is just another example of when black men try something, they get burned on the cross for trying. Just let that sink in, man, because that's really it. That's all I gotta say on the topic. Cube, if you listening, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like I'm on your team. I've always been on your team. Your movies, your music, everything, bro. And what you're trying to do, I commend you because no other rapper has done this, in my opinion. Like tried to do it on the level that you have. So you got my 100% respect. With that being said, just let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I'll see y'all on the next one.